welcome to This is Nigeria, Unlocking Her Potentials, the program that is about Nigeria's investment potentials, the relationship between politics and the economy of a people. We have been beaming our searchlight in the last 3 editions on Zamfara State, who says farming is their pride. And believe me, farming is the pride of the people of Zamfara. And today we focus on Sharia, and His Excellency gave us more insight into the workings of Sharia system in Zamfara State. It promises to be an interesting edition, so don't worry, stay with us.
Sharia law was introduced in Zamfara State on 27 October 1999 by the administration of Governor Yerima Ahmed Bakura. The state has a population of over 90% Muslim, but the implementation of the law began in year 2000. Hizbah Commission was set up to monitor the proper implementation and the application of the laws made by the state government or local government that are related to Sharia legal system with proper compliance and enlightenment. Sharia law has become a way of life for the Zamfarawas. It does not disturb people of different religious views. In fact, a lot of Christians in the state prefer the Sharia court for dispute resolution, as justice is never delayed or denied. His Excellency Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar gives us more insight into the applications of the Sharia legal system.
Sometime in 1999, when Zamfara State decided to introduce the Sharia legal system, some people are saying that the heaven is going to fall on us. But it's not true, because the best system that can protect you as a Muslim and non-Muslim at the same time. Because the all right has been mentioned there. How you are going to live with one another, that's the Sharia. How you are going to live with your own family. How you are going to live with your neighbor, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. How you are going to have a peaceful coexistence. That's what Sharia is all about. It's not about the capital punishment. But when you mention Sharia, some people will say, okay, trouble don't start. It's not. There's a need for us to understand what is this system is all about. And we're not doing it for the purpose of politics. 99.9% were Muslim here. So now, that system, we studied it carefully, and we have it in our books of Islam. And we know, if we have opportunity to put it in place, definitely things are going to work, and people will see what exactly Sharia is all about. So now we are having a very peaceful coexistence, living with our indigent and non-indigent. And even at times, the non-indigent prepare to take their cases to the Sharia court, then to conventional courts, because that's why they're going to get justice. Some of them, they'll tell you that we're going to go to Sharia and we'll get it right. Then the conventional, even the magistrate, and so forth and so forth. So therefore, the peaceful coexistence of the state is based of our introduction and following the rules of the Sharia law system.
The effect of the newly constructed road networks has positively impacted the Union of Road Transport Workers, who remain eternally grateful for the boost it has given the transport sector. The chairman of the Union of Road Transport Workers, Zamfara State, speaks on this development.
ina godiya ga Allah madaukin sarki mai kowa mai komi da ya gwada muna wannan rana ta mai daraja gwamna ya cika alƙawarin da yawa wannan kungiya. Dama mai daraja gwamna mutum ne wanda yake cika alƙawari, yana jin tsoron Allah, domin cika alƙawari yana cikin abubuwa waɗanda Allah ya yarda a yi, kuma alhamdulillah mun fara gani. Kuma kamar wanda ya faɗa, farawa ce, mun san insha Allah da sannu ayan wannan kungiya na wannan jiha duk sai sun samu wannan moto. Don haka alhamdulillah muna mai fata alheri, Allah shi kare shi ga gwamnatin shi, Allah shi kare wannan.
Also, in the area of jobs creation, the administration of Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar initiated the Zamfara Road Traffic Agency, Zarota, as a platform to engage as many youths as possible who would otherwise have been restive and on the streets.
Zamfara Road Traffic Agency, Zarota, is here to bring peace and control the traffic regulations and to put the people to obey the rules and regulations of the traffic in the state.
The leadership style of the governor also came to the fore as he collided with the labor unions on assumption of office. He, however, used his wisdom and pragmatic approach to issues, which was tested also on the pension matters. The vice chairman of the Zamfara State Labor Unions presents the union side of the story.
When he came in, the first thing we did was to greet him with a 1-week strike. That was what we did first when he came in. I have to say he was so accommodating that he decided to sit down and talk to us directly. And as God have it, we started the implementation in the year 2011. He started, you know, the problem with the salary is now sectoral. Teachers, that's why we have challenge, because there was a committee set up by the state government to verify who is a teacher and who is not. Out of the over 9,000 teachers, the committee said they are only able to find about 3,000 people that are supposed to be in the classroom as teachers. That makes it difficult for us, because you are in a fix. Do you send these 6,000 people back to the labor market? It would be a waste on you. But His Excellency was kind enough to say, let's keep these 6,000 plus people and retrain them. So, and this is what is going on. The issue of pension. Pension have not been reviewed since 2005. So when he came in, there was this trouble of, is it to review upward the pension or pay the backlog? Because from 2007 to 2011, there was a backlog of pension of over 5 billion naira that he has to pay. Both state and local government. Another one was the National Pension Commission, where the workers have a contributory pension. The workers are contributing, the government is not contributing. Between 2007 to 2011, there was no government contribution. So it was a huge bill that he has to pay. And that one to run into billions. So there was serious problem in the pension sector. Thank God, as I'm talking to you, the backlog of arrears for 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 have been paid.
Women and Children Affairs witnessed unprecedented attention as mobilization, sensitization, and assistance to women and children in the state in the areas of education and health were at the highest level. Renovation of orphanages, catering for the less privileged, especially women and children. Women farmers were also encouraged through Fadama Agri Development programs with loans. The Commissioner for Women Affairs has this to say about these developments.
His Excellency assisted the women by giving them loan like this CBN loan, and also we used to give them agricultural loan, which we call them WOFI, more especially with cattle, with animals like sheep and goat. Some were giving money for small trade. Like rice producers, like oil from granite oil producers, and some were given machines for grinding machines. So we assisted women on it. Since His Excellency came to the government, he was assisting women during Ramadan. He assisted them in with food and clothes, and every year he used to add. If he give 100 this year, next year he will make sure that it is 200. So all the people in Zamfara used to perform their fasting without any problem. So when we say educational support, he support all the orphans and less privileged with uniform, food, and writing materials. At times with bags and socks and sandals. Women Children Affairs has a school there behind Gusau Road, which is orphan and less privileged, under Ministry of women IT drivers. We are calling the school Dr. Karima Nursery and Primary School. Education is free. We are giving them the both writing materials, the uniform and the rest.
The environment in Zamfara state had gully erosion perennially emanating from annual flooding of the rivers in the state. However, an unwholesome incident of lead poisoning in Anka local government area, which claimed many lives, saw the governor and his administration swing into action jointly with foreign partners to embark on a remediation program to save the people from the scourge of lead poisoning. The Commissioner for Environment and Solid Minerals explains.
From the inception of this administration, His Excellency Dr. Abdulaziz Abubakar Shatima Mafara actually took that as one of his priority areas to ensure that lead poisoning is completely eradicated in the state. One of the first places he visited as Executive Governor is actually Bagega. Bagega is was one of the areas worst hit by lead poisoning at that time in 2011. Bagega is a community of about 9,000 inhabitants. 2,000 of them were children between the ages of 0 and 5 years old that are the most vulnerable. So His Excellency actually visited that in his first days as Executive Governor, and he made commitments and pledges towards eradicating and cleaning up Bagega. Alhamdulillah, we are able, in conjunction with the federal government, clean up the entire Bagega village. We did environmental remediation, and then the federal government also commenced a safer mining program. So I think that's one of the things I always mention, because it involves the saving of lives of innocent children. His Excellency has also championed so many things as far as environment is concerned. We have done a lot of tree planting. We have done a lot of what do you call it? Well, tree planting, more or less. We have straightened our legislation so that forest reserves are preserved. Unlike before, where you have indiscriminate felling of trees. His Excellency has said this so many times that we can always be able to sustain life and our ecosystem balance if we ensure that our trees are not indiscriminately felled for firewood. He has come up with initiatives targeted at women, specifically in the rural areas, in terms of clean cooking stuff. And there is, I think, a while ago, His Excellency actually launched that program in Kaurana Moda. So he has planned to actually launch that route so that the women can actually be able to practice safe cooking within their homes.
And we also bring you the sights and sounds of Zamfara State. Wonderful tourism sites in Zamfara State waiting to be harnessed by the people of Zamfara.
There are several tourism potentials in Zamfara State, which include the Kumyambana Game Reserve, Kalale Hippopotami Pond, Kanoma Hills, Dashi Tunnels, 2 kilometers natural tunnel, Kwantonkoroshi Rocks, and spring water. There are also great hotels in Zamfara State, including Gusau Hotels, City King, Karma Guest Inn, Bliss Luxury Hotel, and Hamdala Guest Inn. The relationship between state governments and local governments has oftentimes been the bane of development in most states in Nigeria. When there is a disconnect between these two levels of governance, development suffers a setback. Zamfara State, however, is a different story entirely, as there exists a synergy between the state government and the 14 local government areas in the state. This has brought the dividends of democracy close to the Zamfarawas beyond their imagination. The chairman of the Gusau local government area sheds more light on these developments.
The state and the local government will have a cordial relationship with, because the state governor, he is the supervisor of our local government. Whatever we are doing, we have to go and ask for approval from him. And when we are doing a right thing, His Excellency, he will support us financially to do it to our people. So that cordial relationship with our governor actually we appreciate it. And His Excellency, he can call the chairman either Guso or any local government. Maybe if there is anything bad or he want to do something there, he will ask the local government chairman to take the control of that event.
In the area of security, the administration of Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar placed a high premium on the safety and security of Zamfara citizens. Hence, the distribution of 250 vehicles to security operatives in the state. The media was not left out, as the state government provided a new state-of-the-art studio and building for the Zamfara radio and television for effective coverage and management of information within the state.
Well, the impact of Sheikh's administration are uncountable to us, because before he came in, we were really in problems. We cannot operate. Maybe in a day we just operate 2 or 3 hours, we switch off. But when he came in, sincerely speaking, we are able to operate 18 hours. If you see you have gone around and see the infrastructures that he has created or built for us, ranging from the administrative block, the new studio, the fencing of the whole house, the water supply, the mosque, the generators, the television, the FM. All these things, during his time, we are able to proud of having them in our station.
Relationship between the state and local government is very, very, very cordial. Very, very cordial. We have no any other thing behind our state and local government because we work together with him.
I would say it has been, because you can see for yourself that the government is doing almost everything for the schools, including feeding, which is free. The education is also free in all its ramifications.
Zamfara is one of the biggest rice producing area in the country. Yes, because the rice we produce here is more than half of what is produced throughout the country here in Zamfara state, particularly this baccalaureate irrigation scheme. Yes.
What's the quality of the rice?
It's the most qualitative. It's the most qualitative. Long grain, short grain, whatever grain we produce here, quite all right, in large quantities.
Well, everywhere, very nice. Tying the whole road, give us street lights, and well, our market is going smoothly, as we know.
The administration, he did well in developmental projects like roads and other social amenities.
And I also have on the panel a management and investment expert to rub minds with me on what the impact of Sharia has been or could be on investment in
Robin Minds, management and investment consultant, the person of Mr. Fabian Agore. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mayo. I appreciate.
What do you think of the defense of Sharia? Do you think it will hinder investment? And considering that Zamfara is a very safe place, in spite of the security challenge in the north.
When people talk about Sharia, it seems as though people everywhere are being, hands and legs are being amputated. But that's not the case. I can tell you authoritatively that Zamfara state is the most peaceful state in the entire northern Nigeria. Sharia is not a law that brings about backwardness. Zamfara state is a peaceful state and is a state that I would implore a lot of investors to come in, because your business will thrive.
A lot of Christians prefer the Sharia court.
Exactly.
Because justice is dispensed immediately. Justice is not delayed, and justice is not denied.
Exactly. And what does that do? That makes the people to focus on what is right. That makes the people to do what is in line with the law. If you have an economy if you have lawlessness in a place, the economy cannot thrive.
On a final note, what would you advise to the people of Zamfara State now that they have all these developments taking place around them and there's huge potentials for business opportunities?
Very importantly, I would like to talk to the youth in Zamfara State. I would also like to talk to the small business owners in Zamfara State. You should begin to look at how to create and scale up your businesses. The reason is because the investment potentials in your state, supported by the infrastructural development that the governor has put in place, would make your business grow to every part of the country. So what I would advise you is set up, look for partners yourself, because of course you can look for partners in other parts of the country who will bring in investment in terms of capital, and then begin to grow these businesses. You can also form, what we call cooperatives, because what cooperative does is that it enhances, it gives you a leverage. All of you put your resources together and then you grow your business. The youth should not sit idle. Of course, I understand that the Zamfara youth are some of the hardest working youth in Nigeria, and I would want to encourage them to continue in that state. Look at Dangote, make him your example, and see how you can grow your business right from Zamfara State. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been on a powerful ride to Zamfara State, and in the past 3 editions we've had to look at the agrarian nature of the people. We generated the slogan, farming is our pride, and we also looked at investment opportunities, the solid minerals, tourism potentials, Sharia, the relationship between labor and the state government, and it's been an insightful journey, I must confess. And I congratulate the people of Zamfara State for the wonderful leadership, the connection of leadership to the people. This is how you get the dividends of democracy. Zamfara State has been a great proof that when there is a strong political will, the economic reality of the people can be transformed. My name is Mayowa Oluwabi. Thank you for staying with me. Let's do it again, same time, next week. God bless Nigeria.